full picture.
All right. Well, I appreciate you taking out time with me, or is it more?
I can show you, we can go further. Just let me put this program back on.
Okay. Yeah, look at that, guys. The same fixtures are right there, guys. All right.
This is the original floor and the woodwork. All had been painted, but it's all been stripped. There's some pictures here that was what the building looked like when we obtained it in the 70s.
Oh, okay.
This is Mr. Dort's office, and there's some pictures of the office, the original office in that showcase there. He was the president. Billy rarely took the top job. He preferred to manage the money, and of course, he was a salesperson. So on the second floor, they had a display of carriages, and his office was located right off the display.
Now, how long did they make the door car? Like, how long did they
From
do that?
1916 to 1924.
Oh, really? That's why I never heard of them before. Look at that. A lot of history here. So this is door here?
That's Mr. Dort.
All right. All right. Look at that. And then here?
That's Durant and Dort in later years.
In later years?
Continued to be friends.
Okay. Okay. That guys. All right. So now
There's a picture here of what the street used to look
look at
like.
this. Oh, back before all the
The complete other side of the street was full of factories.
Look at that.
And unfortunately, a lot of them burned during the 60s, 70s, 80s. I think this one was going to be made into a business incubator in the 80s, and some homeless person set it on fire.
Oh wow.
It was probably the biggest fire Flint has seen for some time.
Wow. Okay. So now the statue here, is this of who are the
This is Durant Dort and Charles Nash.
okay.
Billy and Dallas Dort are down at the end of the street by the river.
Yeah, seen that. Somebody took one of the plaques. I don't
Yeah,
understand
we gotta
that.
look into that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Nash, they never made one for Nash because there was some issues in the community, some by the historians, some
Right.
by the UAW. Some didn't feel that Nash was a good representative of the working person.
Oh really?
Even though that's how he started. He started with a carriage company stuffing cushions for $1 a day.
Oh, okay.
And he rose through the ranks of the carriage company, became a superintendent, and then was actually president of Buick Motor Company before he went on to become
Gee.
president of General Motors, and then owning the Nash Motor Car Company.
Wow. And what year did he do the Nash Motor Company? My father was named Nash. He was named after the Nash car.
He did that in 1917.
Okay. Wow. For how many years? He didn't do it too
Well,
many years, did he?
Oh, he was in it. I'm not sure exactly how many years, but he was in there for at least 15,
Okay.
20
Wow.
years.
Yeah,
I'd
that's
say.
pretty good there.
Of course, Nash became American Motors.
Right. Oh, I didn't know that either. Really? I did not know that. Really? Okay.
So, he went from a man who stuffed cushions were $1 a day. And being a millionaire living in California when he died.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
quite a successful
Oh,
person.
yeah. Yeah.
Certainly represent the American dream.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Wow. And then his house used to be just right across the street that the guy's getting ready to restore. Yeah.
And he actually first, he bought it from Billy Durant's mother,
Oh, really?
who may have owned some of the assets of the company.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But when he moved to another bigger house, he actually sold the house back to the carriage company.
Oh, okay.
And so it was in the carriage company's name for some time. Their overseer, I guess you would, kind of looked after all the properties
Right.
that lived there
Okay.
for many years.
Now, when me and the wife was over there, I noticed they had the brick by the curve, and it looked like it had the little round. Was that to hitch the horses there? Or?
Yeah, it's a carriage too.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
step to get in your carriage, just like we have out front.
Oh, okay.
That's why this is so big, where they put the stanchions so somebody
okay.
doesn't fall out. You know, it's at the height to get into your
To your
carriage.
carriage, okay. So that's what that
didn't have to
step was
climb
there
up it.
for. I figured it was something to do with the horses, a carriage or something, but yeah. I'm like, cause that's just in front of this house, you know. So I'm like, yeah, that's unique right there. So, yeah, I was trying to check out little things that, you know, while we was walking the neighborhood yesterday when I seen you, but.
And these windows are original.
Wow, look at that design. Yeah, yeah. Wow. Yeah, this is nice. I appreciate the tour.
Want me to go upstairs?
Yes, sir. So the things on the carpet here to hold the carpet, this is all original too?
Carpet rods, yeah.
Wow. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Blue. So what happened here? It looked like, what was it, a flood?
That was the 1904 flood. Took out the corner of the carriage factory across the street.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So the river was flooding over there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we had a few major floods, and then finally in the 70s, 1970s, they did flood control.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's when
That's all the walls is, or
they cemented the
the
sides.
sides, right?
So originally, this would have been all open. The only offices would have been the two offices at the end, and the one on the right was Durant's office.
Okay.
There was a fire in the building around 1906, and they rebuilt, and we assume that that's when these walls were put in.
Okay.
Although it could have been even later when it became the Dort Motor Car Company, because of course with automobiles they needed engineers,
Right.
and that which they didn't need for the carriage.
So they had to expand and put more offices in then, huh? Wow.
So we're slowly getting artifacts. This room is dedicated to Chevrolet. Somebody had this cabinet here from Chevrolet, and they donated. It has the Chevrolet tag on it.
Wow. Okay. Wow, look at that. Flint, Chevrolet
There's a picture of the Chevrolet
motor plant.
factory, which originally was the Flint Wagon Works.
Is that where the bowl was that you're talking about, where they did the fireworks at, or is that a different
Yes,
building?
yeah,
Okay.
on that side.
Look at that. Sketch of how they design. Look at the, wow, look at that. Yeah, that's nice.
Some early photos of Chevrolet.
First Chevrolet?
Yeah.
Wow.
Time clock from Chevrolet.
Now, what is this now?
Time clock.
Oh, really? Look at that. So you punch in there and, wow, that's all right. Yes, sir.
And this picture here shows the river, and then this is all Chevrolet, which we call Chevrolet in the Hole today. But
Okay.
originally, before Chevrolet, it was Mason Motors, the Mason automobile. Don't see many of those
Okay.
around either.
Wow.
Slow Museum has one.
Oh, Mason.
Can't
Wow.
say
I never heard of
ever
it.
seen them on.
Yeah, I've never heard of one. Yeah.
Here's some early photos of Chevrolet.
Wow. That's all right. That's all right. Yeah.
Oh, that's all it was.
This room is associated with Flint Wagon Works. There's an actual toolbox in that from the Wagon Works. Of course, Wagon Works is where Buick grew from.
Wow. Look at that. The old wood tools in there. Look at that.
And some pictures and documents related to James Whiting, who was the head of the Flint Wagon Works,
Okay.
and is the person that bought the Buick. The company had a bigger picture of him.
Okay. Wow. Look at that.
And this would show, this is the Wagon Works, and this building here is where they built the first Buick engines here in Flint.
Oh, really?
Yep.
The engine plant, huh? Wow. That was like, what, 4-story, 3-story, 4 stories high? It looked like
3.
3 stories? Okay. Wow. Wagon Works. So, are any of the chairs from the time period at all, or?
Yes.
Okay. Now, who was this here?
Advertisement for
Okay.
Durant Dort Carriage Company.
Wow, look at that. That's all right. Factory One. I gotta go over to the Factory One still. They say it's open over there.
Various
Like the
baseball teams
teams.
from the factories.
And no, the 20s, 1920s?
Yeah.
Yeah, factory. This guy.
Here's a Buick made
What?
bathtub.
Come on now, are you serious? Buick made a bathtub back in the days.
Yeah, before he made engines and cars, he made
Bathtub.
bathroom fixtures.
Look at this little spot there for the soap, little soap dish. Look at
This is
this.
the patent for it.
Wow. Look at that. So David, what was his middle name? DD, is that David what? Or was that, or you don't know?
It's been a while since I.
Oh, okay.
Dunbar, David Dunbar Buick.
Yeah, okay, yeah, David D. Buick. Wow. So they made bathtub. Look at that, guys. Man. Yeah.
We looked for years to find this bathtub. Over 30 years.
Where you find it at?
And We found it on eBay,
Oh, really?
and it was out in Arizona. And supposedly it came from a boarding house in California, which makes sense, you know, because your sink and your bathtub was one unit,
Right.
you know, so it cut down on the amount of plumbing that you had to have.
So that's sink and bathtub together. Wow. Man.
So we have some early blueprints of Model 17 Buick.
Wow. Look at that. Little fan for like in church. Look at that. DriveBuick.com. Wow. So now you say this is the Model 17, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Look at that. Blueprints. What did it have? Like 2 different head cylinders on there? 2 different heads. Wow. Look at that.
Sure.
Yeah. Wow. And then whose office was this now?
We're not sure whose office it was.
Oh, okay. So
The furniture that we have is from Fisher Body.
but this is dedicated
And
to Buick.
Fisher Body obviously made the Buick,
Right,
the bodies
body for the Buick.
for Buick.
Okay.
When it was closed down, just at the same time that we were restoring this building, they gave us 7 sets of furniture, office sets.
Really?
So,
Wow.
of course, that factory originally was a factory Durant built for his Flint car.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. This is all right.
Then, of course, the coach, you know, was the emblem of Fisher Body. And the Fisher Body Craftsman Guild would have these contests where students would put these together. We'd get a kit and have to put these together.
Oh, really?
And then they would be judged around the country. And then the winners would get scholarships to college and that. And this was a winning.
One at a time. So now also during wartime they had to switch over to making military, or what is this
Yes.
about?
Yeah,
Okay.
and these are all war bond posters that were made for Buick.
But they did switch over from making cars over
They
to
stopped building cars completely in 1942, and then didn't start back up with cars until 1946. So they were dedicated to making goods for the war.
Okay, right,
Flint
right.
made tanks.
Wow.
They made machine guns. They made ammunition.
So it's no GM
Our
cars
vehicles.
from
1942.
42 to 48, huh? Wow.
46.
46, okay. Wow.
But really, it was almost 48 before they were back in the full production.
Production mode.
Yeah.
Wow. Nice information on that. Yeah.
This is how this floor would have looked originally.
Oh, really? So they built carriages
With
up
the
here.
carriage, yeah. I actually
Really?
brought them up in parts.
How did they get them down?
Take them apart.
Oh, so this was like the.
Show me.
Oh, gotcha. All right. Put
This
them
is
together.
Billy's office. You know, the desk was from the factory. It was a bookkeeper's desk. We don't know what Billy's desk was. There was no, unfortunately, there was no pictures taken.
Of him.
The file cabinet is from Buick. We received that when
Look at this
Buick
history,
closed.
guys. Look
Somebody
at this
made a
history.
point of
Wow.
passing it along to us.
Wow. Look at this, guys. This true GM and Buick history here, guys. Look at that. Chevrolet. Wow. That's all right. So what the ink? What did they have to dip or what? What is the ink bottle? What is that about there?
Yeah, they would have had a smaller ink bottle, like in that box,
Okay.
that you would have dipped in. And
Okay.
then this is kind of like the refill.
The refill. Wow.
Or they would use something like this, where you would open it up and
Okay.
then dip your pen. And
Wow. Look at that. And then all of this is just
copies of legal papers related to the company and that,
Interior.
wow, are all in possession of either Sloan Museum or the Kettering University Archives, which is across the street.
Okay.
Make sure you get there. They have a nice collection.
The Sloan?
The Kettering University
Ke-
Archives.
Oh, across the street. I plan to go over there. I'm waiting on the wife to get up, but you can come on down, her and the grandson. So I wish she would have been here for this too, though.
Mr. and Mrs. Durant
Okay.
on a ship.
Oh, really?
They were going, and then in the other picture is Alfred P. Sloan and Durant.
Okay. Looked like he was singing or what?
I think he was getting an award.
Oh, okay.
And this is the Flint City Band. Most of the Durant Dort employees were members of this band.
Of the band. Wow. Look at that.
This is
So
Durant's
they made
secretary.
cars. They made cars too.
The cars were made for the Durant venture after General Motors.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And this is some of the stuff that Durant would have sold prior to being in the carriage business and that.
Oh, so he did other
He was
things
into
too.
insurance. He was into selling cigars for the local cigar makers,
Right.
patent medicines. And of course, this is a miniature of the General Motors headquarters that originally was named in honor of Durant.
Okay.
But then Durant lost control of General Motors. They continued building the building, but
Right.
the building in Detroit still has the initial D on much of its architecture.
Okay. Right. Right.
The building now is used by the state of Michigan for.
Wow. Well, they built furniture back then, didn't they? Built to last. All right.
You should make time to go to Applewood,
Okay.
which is right next door to the Cultural Center, not, within a block, not even a block, a building
Okay.
from the Sloan Museum and that. It was the home of Charles Stewart Mott,
Oh, really?
and it's open to the public on weekends. They have tours of the gardens and the house. It's very nice to go to. It's beautiful, beautiful gardens. He didn't maintain it. He was kind of cheap.
And this was who now?
Charles Stewart Mott.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He was the head of Weston Mott, made the axles for Buick and General Motors.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But he was the longest reigning board member of General Motors.
Oh, really? Okay. All right.
1917 to 1973 when he died.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Wow. But
a lot of
here's
good
some
information.
pictures of the house
Okay.
that through the years that you'll see if you go there. It's a beautiful house.
Oh,
Really
wow.
maintained. Again,
Mr. Flint.
Wow. Look at that.
here is a file, blueprint file from the Dort Motor Car Company we found out in Massachusetts.
Oh, really? Wow. There's furniture everywhere, huh?
There's one of the cars that they made, or trucks made by
$1,400, huh? with solid tires. Okay, so what was the difference in the tires, or you don't know? The difference in
Yeah.
you don't know? Okay, I got you. All right. Wow, Applewood, huh?
And this room just has a continuation of that display.
Oh, okay,
Information on mine.
okay.
And his house is still.
So this is him here?
Through the house and the grounds, and then
Corvair.
Yeah, Maud and his wife Ruth.
This Corvair is at the museum.
Oh, at the
It
Stone
was
Museum?
renovated. It was renovated by General Motors before it was given
To the
to
Stone?
the museum.
Wow, look at that.
But he was an avid supporter of that.
Wow, look at that. All right.
He created the Mott Foundation in about 1929, and it has been the savior of Flint.
Oh, really?
If it wasn't for the Mott Foundation, Flint would be a hole in the wall.
Oh, really? So he really donated and
They continue to
everlasting
support everything.
of Flint here.
The buildings at U of M Flint, Kettering University, much
Well,
of the improvements downtown.
oh, okay. And I'm gonna tell you, since I've been here, I ain't met nothing but good people. I'm out of Wisconsin, and just everybody that I run across, you know. We went out to eat up in what is that, Saginaw last night. Just everybody, the waitresses, everybody, just, you know, top notch. Just I just really been enjoying it since I've been here. You know, I've always rolled through Michigan, but I never stopped, you know. And
Okay.
but this Buick on the bricks, it drew me here, and I'm glad I came, because just a lot of nice history and good people. So, wow. Hey, I appreciate you taking out the
Have you been on
time.
Saginaw Street today?
Huh?
Have you been on Saginaw Street today?
No.
Main Street,
Well, we
over
were-
by the hotel?
Yeah, I was out there early, like at 5:30 this morning. So I gotta come where the
It's gotta be
Buicks are at.
really packed by now.
Yeah, it's packed, but I gotta come where the Buicks are at. I'm just telling you. So I'll go back up there later, you know. But hey, I appreciate you taking out the time here with me.
Happy to do it.
All right,
To
thank.
share our history.
All right, I appreciate it so much. All right, thanks a lot.